Hello, this is a video to explain how one could actually capture information from an Android mobile phone. There is no mobile phone version for Android yet, and so I'm going to demonstrate how we could still have something to just capture task, thoughts, idea from Android. So we're going to use Zapier extensively for that. So first I'm going to create a new Zap. This Zap is going to make use of Google Tasks, which, if you don't know, can be accessed in your calendar here, but also on Android. Obviously, you can create tasks through the reminders or Google Tasks directly. So let's say we're going to do that. We're going to do something with Google Tasks, and we're going to say whenever there is a new task in the default list, basically, I'm going to connect my Google Task account. Okay. That's it. I can pick the default My Task list. As you can see, we've got several lists. You can take the default, you can create another one if you prefer, and we are good to go. There shouldn't be any, but it's okay. We haven't created any task yet, or what else? We could actually create a test task. If we do that and we retest the trigger, it will find the task I just created. Okay, we're good. Title, test, etc., etc. Now let's continue with that, and then we're going to connect this to another action, which is basically create the thing in routine. So we're going to do create task. That's it. Sign into routine. Okay. Same thing. Allow. All good. Continue. The task name is going to be the title, test. And the origin URL, we could maybe put something. There is a safe link, so we could do that. This way, you could actually navigate easily back to the Google Task from routine. It's optional, but if you want, you can actually do that. Let's do it, and let's send it as a test action. In theory, in my inbox, there should be a new task coming up once it is done. Okay. All good, and we can now publish it. Okay, so it's not showing up yet, but it should. Just taking the time, I guess, to refresh. Yes, that's it. You can see the test, and it's coming from Zapier, and I can click on this to actually being brought back to the task in Google Tasks, the URL basically. I'm going to delete it, but the idea is that now, whenever I want, I can actually create a new task here. Let's say I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to say, okay, I want to call John. And by doing so, actually very easily, this one is going to come up in routine. Actually, even more than that, I don't know if you guys know, but you could actually take any email and you could actually use, sorry, where is it? This one, add to task. So this button actually does the same thing, which is it adds it as a task. This way you've got invitation accepted, and because it's being added to Google Task from an email, it's going also to end up in routine. So if we go back to routine, again, it's taking a bit of time. In theory, if we go to Zapier and we go to the history, where is it? Oh, it must be here. Yeah, history. It should be, you see, we've got the two actually success runs. So it did create the task in routine. If we go back to routine, we should have two of those. And as you can see, this one, we can click, it's going to open. Oh, it's because the link that has been put is not the link to the email. It's because Google link here in this is something else. However, if we do that one, it should work and go back to Google Task, not either. I don't know why. So that's basically a problem from Google, is that the link passed in URL is not something we can use. Like, it's basically the origin is this, which is not great because it's a Google API task, blah, blah, blah. So it's not usable. Maybe I made a mistake and actually I can actually improve it. Let's look at the different values that we had. So I put this safe link, but maybe we have something else which is Google API, which is not really useful. Maybe there is something else that we could use. No, it doesn't seem like it. So yeah, we can't really go back to the task itself, unfortunately. But the beauty is that you can use that now to actually either use it in your email. You could send it, you can set yourself emails and then add it as a task. It will show up in routine. Or you could use Google Tasks or Google Reminders on your Android phone. It will create something in your My Task Google Task list, and eventually it will create something in routine through this Zapier that I showed you, which is very simple. It's really basically whenever there is a new task in Google Task, create a task in routine. That's it. Thank you.